Good morning, students. Today we will discuss seventh part of the chapter Indigo. Fine, by Louis Pasteur. As we all know very well that Louis Pasteur was influenced by Gandhi's principle, and we all know very well that Gandhi has used non-violence as a tool in politics. Okay, and the Indigo theme is in this chapter. The main theme covered by the author Louis Pasteur is that how an effective leadership can overcome any problem. The chapter tells us about the leadership shown by Mahatma Gandhi to secure justice for the oppressed people through convincing argumentation and negotiation. Okay, so in my previous video I have explained that when Mahatma Gandhi was summoned in Motihari court. Okay, over there it was very difficult for the officials and authorities to regulate the crowd. Fine, and at that time the magistrate was not able to take the decision. He wanted some time, so magistrate released Mahatma Gandhi without bail. Okay, after some days the magistrate sent a letter, and then we have come to know that in Motihari, near the court, when Mahatma Gandhi asked the lawyers what would they do, it was asked by Mahatma Gandhi what would they do if he was sentenced to prison. Gandhi asked. Okay, then senior lawyer replied that they had come to advise and help him. Okay, but finally then Mahatma Gandhi asked what about the injustice to the sharecroppers. Then Gandhi demanded over there. Then Rajendra Prasad and other lawyers discussed, and Rajendra Prasad concluded, has recorded the upshoot of their consultations. Why? And they at last they told that they were agree, and they were ready to follow him into jail. And Mahatma Gandhi exclaimed, the battle of Champaran is won. The battle of Champaran is won. And then finally we have come to know that after some days the magistrate sent a letter to Gandhiji in which it was written the case against him had been taken back. So students, it was for the first time in modern India that a peaceful protest against the government had been won. So it happened first time, civil disobedience movement. Civil disobedience movement. You can see over here, civil disobedience had triumphed the first time in modern India. Okay, then further we have seen that Mahatma Gandhi and other lawyers carried on with an in-depth investigation into the injustice with the farmers. Statements around 10,000 depositions. Statements of about 10,000 peasants were recorded, and various documentary proofs were collected. The landlords protested because they knew the caliber of Gandhi. So they protested and they knew that they would be in problem. Okay, they would be in problem. Finally in June, Gandhi was summoned to Sir Edward Gate, the lieutenant governor. Okay, the lieutenant governor. Gandhi was summoned to meet Sir Edward Gate, the lieutenant governor. Before he went, he met leading associates and again laid detailed plans for civil disobedience if he should not return. Then again he made a plan, and he had given the instructions to the lawyers and leading associates. And in previous video I have cleared that Gandhi had 4 protracted long interviews with the lieutenant governor, who as a result appointed an official commission of inquiry into the indigo sharecropper situation. We have cleared it. Okay, and the inquiry commission consisted of landlords, government officials, and Gandhi as the sole representative of the peasants. So Gandhi had 4 long interviews with the lieutenant commissioner, which led to the formation of a commission. Finally, lieutenant commissioner agreed something wrong was done. Okay, and for that reason, formation of commission that inquired into the indigo sharecropper situation, it was formed. Okay, then we have come to know, see, commission was formed. Now we will see what would happen in the commission. Will inquiry bring any benefit or not? We will see. But see, Gandhi remained in Champaran for an initial uninterrupted period of 7 months. Okay, uninterrupted period of 7 months. Okay, and then again for several shorter visits. The visit undertaken casually on the entreaty of an unlettered peasant in the expectation that it would last a few days, occupied almost a year of Gandhi's life. So we can see over here this Champaran movement. Is a turning point in Gandhi's life, not only in Gandhi's life but also for the Indian scenario. Okay, it bring a great change. So Gandhi had 4 long interviews with the Lieutenant Commissioner, which led to the formation of a commission that inquired into the indigo sharecropper situation. Gandhi remained in Champaran for 7 months. He also made several short visits later. The official inquiry didn't favor the planters. Finally, the official inquiry assembled a crushing mountain of evidence. Means the official inquiry that was formed, okay, and it was concluded in the meeting to see the reality of the Champaran. Official inquiry was formed, and in the official inquiry assembled a crushing mountain. Means they agreed something wrong was done, crushing mountain of evidence against the big planters. And when they saw this, they agreed in principle to make refunds to the peasants. Okay, but how much must we pay? They asked Gandhi. So Gandhi remained in Champaran for 7 months. He also made several short visits, and the official inquiry didn't favor the planters. Official inquiry agreed something wrong was done. Hence, they agreed to pay back to the peasants. Okay, hence they agreed to pay back to the peasants. Then they asked Gandhi, because Gandhi was, as you all know very well, that whole sole representative of the peasant. So they asked, so the landlords asked, how much must they pay? They asked Gandhi. They thought he would demand repayment in full of the money which they had illegally and deceitfully, dishonestly extorted, snatched from the sharecroppers. Students, if you have given 100 rupees to someone, it means you would like to get 100 rupees back. Okay, you expect, it is not matter of acceptation, it is wanted. If you have given 100 rupees to someone, finally the person will return 100 rupees to you. But see over here, landlords thought that he would demand repayment in full of the money which they had illegally and deceitfully extorted from the sharecroppers. Okay, dishonestly snatched. Okay, he asked only 50%. There he seemed adamant. So moneylenders thought he would demand repayment in full of the money, but he asked for only 50%, and his decision was firm. Why did Gandhi ask only for 50%? Because they know very well that landlords would never return back money in repay in full. For that reason he asked only 50%, because he would like to create create justice for the farmers. So there he seemed adamant, and he was firm in his decision, only 50%. Writes Reverend J. Judd Hose, a British missionary in Champaran, who observed the entire episode at close range. Means a British missionary was there in Champaran, J. Judd Hose, and he observed the entire episode, and he had written the matter further also, and he informed that Mahatma Gandhi was from over there. It seemed that Mahatma Gandhi would not go, it would not go below 50%. Okay, thinking probably that he would not give way. Landlords came to know that he would not give way, that Mahatma Gandhi would not go down below 50%. The representative of the planters offered to refund to the extent of 25%. Means landlords representative offered to refund to extent of 25%. See students over here, that Mahatma Gandhi did not ask what? Demand repayment. Okay, demand repayment. And we can see over here that he did not demand repayment in full. He had asked only 50%, but landlords agree to pay only 25%. Were they agree? No, actually they were not agree. Actually they would like to postpone the case, or they did not want the case to be solved. Okay, that's why they thought that the case to be dropped by somehow, or and then after some time Gandhi would return back to where? In Ahmedabad, in Sevagram, and the case would be dropped, and finally they would not give anything to the farmers. For that reason उन्होंने क्या सोचा कि farmers को कुछ भी नहीं देना पड़े, and they came to know that Mahatma Gandhi was asking for only 50%. So they came to know that Mahatma Gandhi was firm for 50%. For that reason they were agree to pay only 25%. Actually वो 25% के लिए भी agree नहीं थे. Okay, so and to his amazement, but Mr. Gandhi would like to break that deadlock. Mr. Gandhi would like to solve the problem. So to his amazement, Mr. Gandhi took him at his word, thus breaking the deadlock. Okay, and Mahatma Gandhi was agreed. The planters offered to pay only 25%, as they thought it would be rejected by Gandhi, because Gandhi was firm to take 50% back, but he immediately accepted it. Why? This settlement was adopted unanimously, means without any opposition. Okay, was agreed. Okay, by the commission. Commission had to agree, because Gandhi was agreed, then commission had to agree, and landlords had to finally give the money. Okay, they thought that Gandhi would reject it, but finally Gandhi was agreed. Gandhi explained why did he agree. Gandhi explained that the amount of the refund was less important than the fact that the landlords had been obliged to surrender part of the money, and with it part of their prestige. Therefore, as far the peasants were concerned, okay, the planters had behaved as lords. So main important thing is that Gandhi explained that the amount of the refund was less important. Gandhi knew very well the 25% was a little amount, and moreover refund was less important than the fact that landlords had been obliged to surrender part of the money, and with it part of their prestige, because it happened first time in India. That, and for Britishers also it was the first time, and for the landlords that they had to return, that they had to surrender. Yes, it was the main thing. Gandhi said that the amount of money was not important, but by giving money the planters had bowed down. उनको झुकना पड़ रहा है. First time उनको surrender होना पड़ रहा है to the planters, had bowed down to the peasants, and had given away their honor too. So it was the important thing. The first time it happened that farmers had learned, farmers believed, farmers had created some faith in justice. Okay, so therefore Mahatma Gandhi was agreed, and the landlords had been obliged to surrender part of the money, and with it part of their prestige. Therefore, as far as the peasants were concerned, and moreover peasants were concerned, the planters had behaved as lords above the law. Means till now peasants were behaving like lord. Now the peasant saw that he had rights. Means now peasant of the India, crushed, feared, okay, depressed, oppressed peasant had come to know that he had rights and defenders. He learned courage. First time it happened that with the efforts of Mahatma Gandhi, and with his argumentation and his far-fetched imagination, peasants learned courage. Peasants could understand the value of justice. Okay, so we have come to know up to here. Then event justified Gandhi's position. We have come to know Gandhi's position, that it was proved Gandhi's position. Within a few years, the British planters left their estates, property, which returned to the peasants. Reverted means returned. Indigo sharecropping disappeared. So see, leadership of Mahatma Gandhi had solved the problem. Okay, the British planters left their property. Within the next few years, these properties were returned back to the peasants. Indigo sharecropping soon came to an end. Okay, so we can see this movement, Champaran movement, as a turning point in Mahatma Gandhi's life, and in that movement he had decided to request Britishers, to urge the Britishers to leave India. Okay, and now we will see, after Champaran episode, Mahatma Gandhi still spent some more time in Champaran. For what reason, we will see. So you have to go through that reason. What reason? That he would like to uplift what? Cultural and social ground of the Champaran. So we will read that part tomorrow. Okay, thank you, have a nice day. Please go through the chapter.